Hi there, and welcome to my video diary, or probably most people will call it unnecessary musings. I turned 54 in January the 10th, my birthday, and I probably, there's a degree of need to listen to myself and in the process share. So that's probably prompted me to try and share some random thoughts. So who am I, and what do I have to say? As I said, I'm just turned 54 and just another soul in the cauldron of life, just like you. And one of the 7 billion of our species. Where do I live? I live in a little village in northern Oxfordshire, about 12 miles from Oxford itself, where I work. I live with my wife Jane and our Springer Spaniel. He's delightfully insane Springer Spaniel, who we call Mika. We homed her a few years ago. She's 6 now and quite a handful, and she's the love of our lives, really. So we have a quiet life, and we are grateful for it. And yes, I chose the name. The Diary of the Man with the Dog. Why Man with the Dog? First of all, it's probably, I thought, who am I? And it probably describes me the best, that I am a man with a dog, really. That's what people would point their finger at me and say, there goes the man with the dog, because I'm always with my dog. And so that's pretty much a very good label to describe me, actually. And then I also feel the name has got a kind of a metaphor of anonymity, if you like. I'm just an ordinary guy, really, trying to express himself. So yes, I have 2 daughters from an earlier marriage. They're both in their 20s and they are settled. One in London and another in Paris. They have a French mother, and hence the Paris connection. So they are fluently bilingual and they're living their lives. My origins lie in India, a country I love, and I sometimes visit. So, of course, in my diary, we will talk about India a lot. And, of course, we'll talk about England, and we will talk about the world. I love to travel, and it's a huge passion. And I travel a lot. I've been fortunate enough. And I think travel is very expansive. It's fascinating. It's rejuvenating. It wakes you up. I think it's beautiful. And of course, we will talk about identities, which is a significant element in who I am internally. What else we'll talk about? I love good food. I love to cook. So we'll talk about food. We have to talk about food. I just travel the world to eat sometimes. That is being scrutinised, I have to say, by my wife and people who care about me. I'm getting a bit sluggish and lazy. But hey, I just can't think of stopping food for anything else that easily. Food and travel has to remain, probably in moderation a bit. We will also talk about what has shaped me. By that I mean my past, and also we'll talk about what had broken me. That's a huge part of what shapes me, is what breaks us, isn't it? So I will talk a great deal of my mistakes, and I think without that, I wouldn't be here today. And we all make our mistakes, don't we? But I was thinking that there's very little of my life I would change today, because apart from the fact where I may have hurt others, but otherwise I'm fairly content. I live, work, I try and be in peace, and I think just like you, I'm trying to make my own peace with myself and with the rest of the world that surrounds me. I think there are so many journeys in one life, isn't it? So, and they all keep changing. Nothing remains the same. So, from one moment to another, things change. And from today to tomorrow, things will change. So here I am, sending a warm hello. I'd love to do this on a regular basis, so I hope you will join me. I don't know if ever in the sea of social media and oceans of clips of ordinary souls like me, you'd ever find me. But if you do, I hope you do. I hope you'll keep in touch with me, and we can share the journey, and hope you would join me. So it's goodbye for me from fairly grey Oxfordshire. I woke up and opened the curtains and it was raining, so it stopped now, and there is the promise of a drier afternoon. So maybe join Jane and Mecca for a lovely walk in the country. And take care, and God bless you wherever you are and whatever you're doing.